October 23, 2018. Greg Doherty, Getty Images Recent reports that Donald Trump's administration was looking into defining sex based on the genitalia a person has at birth, thereby removing the legal recognition of trans people, has sparked outrage and protests across the United States, according to People. Among those outraged is registered Republican Caitlyn Jenner, who has spoken out against the president's proposed policies. Speaking to People, the 68-year-old said, "The Trump administration has ferociously attacked my community again. Just as an FYI, Mr. President, the military is the single largest employer of trans people in the world. This leaked memo is an unacceptable attack on my community. We will not be erased." News of the potential removal of legal recognition for trans people came when the New York Times obtained a memo from the Department of Health and Human Services that would create uniformity in gender under Title IX, the act banning discrimination based on a person's sex in federally funded education programs. The memo puts forth the policy of a redesignation in regards to the sex of a person, basing it purely on determined by genitalia at birth and removing any opportunity to change it. The Times reported, the agency's proposed definition would define sex as either male or female, unchangeable, and determined by the genitals that a person is born with. Any dispute about one's sex would have to be clarified using genetic testing. The report continues to say, sex means a person's status as male or female based on immutable biological traits identifiable by or before birth. The sex listed on a person's birth certificate, as originally issued, shall constitute definitive proof of a person's sex unless rebutted by reliable genetic evidence. In short, the memo would put forward a policy that would only identify a person based on the genitals they were born with the recognition unchanged if the person decides to identify as another gender. This would also remove some protections that trans people currently have from discrimination. Jenner, who underwent gender reassignment surgery in January 2017 after becoming Caitlyn in 2015, voted for Trump in the 2016 presidential election under the assumption that he would continue the progress of LGBT rights. Jenner has since changed her view of the president since his election, after his failed efforts to prevent transgender people from enrolling in military service and removal of federal protections that would allow transgender students to select the restrooms and locker rooms of their identity in public schools.